So guys, this is me just brushing my face. I look so gloomy in the morning. That's me done. Don't worry how my leg was put in that position, but yes, I'm very flexible. And then these are my products for the day, my earrings and my ring. So now we start. I wanted to use this before putting on makeup. For today's video, it's a makeup video. I hope you all like it. This is my fresh face. I'm liking how my skin looks in this. And can you guys see how my hair is snatched? Ish. I normally use loose powder on my eyebrows because I have a really oily skin, and that just helps in setting in the face so that when I put on makeup it doesn't look too cakey and too oily. So that's me doing my eyebrows, and this is normally a struggle. My eyebrows are never the same, they're like cousins, but it's been a long journey. At least I think now I know how to draw my brows rightly. Yeah. So I always start with my eyebrows, and today I'm not going to put on a full makeup face, so just my eyes and some lipstick. Trust the process. um, I know this is great at actually, but I like using it. I don't like makeup that's too shouting or looks too exaggerated. Oh gosh, now it's too thin. Anyway, I'll just redo it. I feel like now that I'm shooting this video, the makeup is not really coming out as normal or as good as it usually looks. But anyway, let's see the end product. So the reason I use this shade is because it's actually my shade. Um, I had a lighter concealer, but I think I use it mostly to set my for my eyeshadow. So I like using this color. Plus, I find it easier to blend. Then the color is quite close to my skin tone. So I'll just go in with this brush. So you see, it doesn't look too light for my skin shape. That's how I like it. And then I like going in with this. And I have these two shades of eyeshadow. So I take the brown one, and I usually just do this. So it's like me setting my eyebrows with a powder. And also because just to make sure that the first part looks lighter than the end part. So then I'll go in with the dark one and do this. So as you can see, right here, it doesn't look similar, but I hope it looks better. So they look a little bit darker, but then I usually just go in with a loose powder, and this is because I have a really oily skin. So within 10 minutes of me finishing my makeup, my eyebrows usually look very oily. So I like setting them as well. So for now, I'm almost done with my eyebrows. I want to do my eyeshadow. I'm using this. I'll use part of this and as well as this. So I like mixing the colors just to make sure I have the right shade. And I'll go back in with this. So actually, I use this Me Too foundation because it's lighter to do my. So I normally just do this, and sometimes I go just above. And because it's very liquid, it's not matte. So I do that. Then I just like to pat it in with my hand. And also because it's a shade that I like using it here. Yeah, and I'll use it here later on as a concealer. So once I've done that, I'm not sure what colors I want today, but these are my go-to colors. I love a very neutral look. I barely use these other colors, and sometimes I use the blue for so that it pops my eyes. So for today, we're just going to do I use these three brushes. I'm going to take this color and a red, and then I'm also going to mix it with this purple. So I just go in like this, and I try to make sure that at the crease it's really, really dark. So I go back in by the same colors, and I like to bring it a little bit into the corner of my eyes, just to snatch this part. Sometimes I go in a little bit with a darker shade if I want a smoky kind of end. So just a darker shade, and then again I bring it in like this. Then now I want to take a very light shade, so like this brush. So I'll go in with this brush, and I'm going to use this palette. So I'll mix this color and this, and I normally just tap it in like this. So tap 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 tap. I do the same for the other eye. Tap, 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 tap. Up to there. And then now to highlight the corner of my eye and to make sure it's popping, I'm going to take this yellow shade and then I'll mix it with this. The yellow one is a little bit matte, then this one is quite shimmery. So first I like to do this because I don't want to have those white things popping up. So now I'll just do a little bit of that and then a little bit of this. So as you can see, the corner of my eye is quite bright. It's a little bit brighter compared to the rest of the face. And now I'm almost done with my eyes. So I like to take an orange shade. So I'll use either this orange or this orange, but I think I'll just mix the two. So I take this and this, and I do that to make sure it's not too much. Then now I use that here. I'll go in again with a little bit more. So yes, and then I go in again on the other side of my eye. As you can see, my eyebrows are not even, but I'll try and make them a little bit even. This one is too thin, then the one on the right is a little bit bigger. So yeah, I think right now they look a little bit similar, and I'll just extend that. So I like this, but I don't want it to, I want it to have like a little cutty look. So I do that, and it's also just to clean the under eye. Then now, what do I need? An eyeliner. I do a very simple eyeliner look. I find using an eyeliner one of the most difficult things when doing makeup, so I'll just do that. When I'm drawing this eye, it's the most frustrating thing. So I don't know if I should close my eye. Oh god. Anyway, I'll just ah, let me just undo it. So I'll take this and just correct it here, and then go in with the first shade that I used to correct the next one. It's a straight line. So I really hate doing this other eye. But let's see. I'll just extend this a little bit like that. Then now I'm going to use this and do the outer corner. Then again, this on the other side. Then I'll take this blue and start from the inner corner and just do this. And the reason I'm using a blue is so that my eyes can pop, so that they can look bigger. And I'll just use this to make sure it's like a straight line. I don't want it to look like that. I do the same for the other side. So now this is what I like. I want to use one of the blue shades. I think I'll use this. What I do is I just do that. You see how this eye pops more than the other one, and then I do the same. Because we don't want it to look too messy, we do that. So now my eyeshadow, I normally do my eyebrows before foundation or powder, and I use these three. These two are original ones, this one is not. So I start with this, and I'm just going to do this. Let me use the mirror. I do the same for the other eye. So I just use this to kind of brush the lashes in preparation for and now I go in with this. This is False Volume Express. Then the other one is Go Extreme. So this is what I'll do. I don't know if you can see the difference, but I can when I'm using the mirror. So again, I just brush, 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 brush. Again, I brush. I'll use this as well. So my trick to nice eyelashes, sorry, is to go back in way later once the first coats are dry. So after this, I'll go in again. Once they're dried, then you'll definitely see the difference. So for now, you can't really see the difference. So I'll go in way later with the rest. So now foundation. Should you do foundation? I'm not so sure. Let me just try to. I like to check my foundations before I put them on. And I use NYX, and I also use Revlon. I mix the two because when I use this, it's too dark, but it's actually my color. And when I use this, the undertone is a little bit too light for my skin. But then these are my colors, so I use mahogany, sorry, and I use what's this? Deep Rich, Cappuccino Deep Rich. So what I do is I normally just take a little balm, a very little one. I don't like using a lot of foundation. Then a little one. So this is what I'm going to use for my face. It seems like it's kidogo, but I like it like that. So I'll just take this and mix. So now you see when I mix this, it kind of looks like my skin, my undertone. So I like to do one side first, and I don't put makeup on my forehead because I have oily skin. When I sweat, it really looks bad. It looks cakey, and I don't like it. So I normally just make sure my foundation is up to here, and maybe just to correct a little bit of darkness or dark spots when I see them. So usually, so sorry, I use a red powder or a red lipstick to correct this part because my lip area is a little bit darker than the rest of the skin. So I normally just do this, and then let me just make it all good. The reason for doing this is to make sure that this area matches the rest of the skin. So I'll do a little bit of this, and I love I go in kabisa, especially here, because I love seeing the transition from my face to neck looking the same, like it's the same shade. So now I'm really going to tap and tap and tap this area so that it doesn't look red. That's okay. So now I'll just do this on the other side and on my nose. Tap, 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 tap. I'm not using any filter, so you can see that this is actually my skin match. I like going in a little bit on my ears and just at the back. Then once the foundation has really set in the rest of the face, so the little that's remained is what I use to do this, so that my face looks nice. As you can see, my hair is snatched. It's looking really nice. I'm really not comfortable having my natural hair out, but I'm loving this look today. So yeah, dabbing, 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 dabbing. Now I'm going to use now I'm going back with this, and the reason I'm using this is just to do a little bit of some highlight. So I'll do this. Oh shit. Okay, I'll do this and this and so which brush are we going to use? Oh, actually it's this one. So I'll just use this brush and do this. I just want to tap 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 as I bring it up here. See that? Quite not bad. Maybe I can use it. Thank you. So we are done with that. Then I'll take this. I was gifted this, and it's I think 2000 by a friend of mine. So I'll just take loose white powder to do that. Again on the same hand. I'm not a fan of contouring and highlighting. I just like simple makeup. Then finally, what I love is blush. So I'll take this and the dark red, and I love to just do that. So it looks nice. It doesn't look like an exaggeration, like it's exaggerated. A little bit, yeah, because I see people doing this nowadays. So now I go back in with this too. Where's the other? I hope you'll see the difference. So once it's dry, I do this. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it looks really nice. Can you see the difference? Yes. So I go in a couple of times. Depending on how I want them to look, I might go in again for another time once it's all dried out. So when I'm going out, I'll just carry my mascara, my lipstick, and a powder, if yeah, and a powder, just to retouch if my skin becomes too oily or it looks sweaty. Can you guys see? You can't see, but it looks really, really nice. Then let's do that. Maria, okay, Jamia. Man, I'll do this just to go. I don't even know if it's working, but yeah, let's do this. So I've just checked. I think this side, the red looks a bit more, so I'll do that. Now for the lipstick. I'm thinking something shimmery today. I'll not do a red lipstick. No. So I have a lot of lipsticks that I want to mix up. I'm going to use this, and what else? I might add a little bit of this shimmer. And okay, where's the red? Yeah, and this. So I'll go in with a brown liner. I have very thin lips, and now the issue with using a dark liner is they look way thinner than the normal ones. I never used to be insecure about my lips until one day someone mentioned them and said I have thin lips like the whites, and I felt so bad because that's some things that you shouldn't tell your friends. But I love my lips. I don't think I would have ever wanted to have big lips, maybe just a little bit pump, but I really like my lips. And then I'll go in with this. I think my small sister Nyaribo, oh, it's okay. I do this a little bit. Now it looks too pink, so we'll take this again, this color. I want a needy look, but not like a pink nude. So yeah, I think that looks good. Then I go in with a little bit of this gloss, which is pretty nice. I know it looks nice, but I have to add this. So let me just use the brush again. Where are you? Can't see the brush, so I'll just do this. So guys, this is the final look. What do you think? I love. Let me show you my feet. So this is how I look. Oh, my hair is clean.